Well, it has begun. The damn copper bloods are going to enter our house. Look, I am so excited for this, right? I mean, not this in particular, but man, I just want my 7 foot goth robotic waifu, man. You know, who pat kiss me on the forehead goodnight. Like even the realest of gangsters need a forehead kiss goodnight every once in a while. So I am so hyped for this, right? And yeah, I seen this title because yeah, I don't know. Saying you're a tech bro is kind of odd, but look, I'm making a video game that's futuristic. I'm doing my research here. I'm doing my research. I mean, this looks fucking. Like, look at my eyes. This just looks. Whatever. I'll just start the video. Let's do this. But before I do that, let's do that. Don't show anything sensitive. Yeet, yeet, yeet.
It's here. The first humanoid robot housekeeper.
Thank you, Neo.
For $20,000, you can pre-order 1X's Neo robot now. With delivery...
A $20,000... So is this thing not out yet? Like, I'm watching it perform these tasks. Did it just throw that? Oh, no. Look. Humans are evolutionarily made to be like persistent hunters. Like we're not very fast, but we can use our brains to throw rock at thing to kill thing, or throw sharp rock at thing to have thing start bleeding so we can track said thing then kill it. If it can throw something like this, brother, this thing can kill you. Like, right now it's just tossing it, but, I mean, how much, force is required of tossing a knife into a person just to draw blood? It doesn't need to be tossed that hard. Knives and shit, sharp shit like that, it's meant to slice with little force. It's why it's designed.
In 2026.
I think you missed a tiny spot over here.
Just one little catch. There may be a human behind the curtain, pulling...
Wait, what? Okay. Okay, maybe now the person's behind the robot, right? I'm giving it a benefit of the doubt. Maybe now there's a person behind it to sort of test the whole movement. But, see, I'm looking at this house. It's relatively clean. So, I don't think it should be difficult for the robot. But what if, your house is cluttered and messy, and what if it's not as spacious? How difficult would it be then? Or what if you have other articles, like a slide door? Well, there's just so many questions going on. Okay, just run the video.
Robot strings.
If I throw up, will the robot throw up?
A company representative may need to peer into your house
like
via Neo's camera eyes to get things done.
To many people, this is crazy.
You have to be okay with this for the product to be useful.
But is Neo a
But I thought, isn't the robot like the whole point? Or maybe it's just, okay, maybe for the first trial phase there is a person for this thing. But look, if we know anything about technology, it can move in very interesting ways. Like, I bet if you told your grandfather, or your great-great-grandfather, we're going to have this phone that you can touch and pull up visual things, and, you can call people call people from another location. They'll be like, well, we had telephones, bro. Like, no, I mean, like, across the world, different locations. Not like across the street, or in the other country, across the world. Yeah. We have gone so fucking
Useful
far.
product?
We're twinning now, Neo.
Home robots have
cringe.
had two
Winning.
big challenges.
Oh.
Creating a safe and capable body, and a smart brain. 1X is taking on both of those, which is why Neo looks so different from a more industrial, factory robot.
I mean, that makes sense. These are made to serve a purpose, lift thing from point A, take it to point B at a certain interval. I mean, this is meant... I can't get over the fucking eyes, bro. Like, this looks like... Like, if you want to make a horror game, this is the type of face you put on in your indie horror game to scare people. But will you be able to fuck it? Actually. So... Okay, I'm gonna leave my questions
Neo,
for
it's
later.
70 degrees here in California. Why are you wearing a sweater?
Good question. Bert, why am I wearing a sweater?
It's a combination of safety and just also generally aesthetics. You can think of it kind of like a skin, except if it was an actual skin, that would probably be pretty creepy.
It would.
I mean, can you skin homeboy alive and place his skin over the... Can you ask for that? Is that like a separate request? Nah, but being seriously, yeah, look. These fucking eyes, bro. It's even worse the closer you get.
But I actually wasn't all that creeped out by Neo.
Inside Neo, it really starts with some very, very powerful motors that we have developed here at 1X. These motors are so strong and light that instead of using the classical gears that you see in robots, we can actually pull on tendons loosely inspired by biology and muscles. This allows Neo to move around not just quietly and smoothly, but also be very, very lightweight and be very low energy in motion, just like people.
That lightweight design is intended for our safety, in case the 66-pound robot falls. Although Neo is capable of lifting up to 150 pounds, it's not as superhuman as you'd think.
Crush it. It's a walnut.
Yeah, I mean, I can see why. You don't want the thing giving you a handshake and fucking obliterating your hand. You know, and again, you can just tell just by looking at the fucking thing. It's just, it's like the tier 0 type of enemy. You know, I mean, maybe 10, 20 years from now when you can stack it up to look like a 7-foot goth robotic waifu. But right now, this wireback, he low grade. Like, this is the shit, like, the iRobot level. Only iRobot, at least they can throw hands, and they weren't worried about safety.
There's this concept that we think that robots are like superhuman in like pressure and like strength. And some robots are, because they're heavily geared. But that means you're not sensitive, right? And delicate. Neo doesn't work like this at all. It works more like us. So
not particularly. Like, I'm looking at, well, I guess, you know, those scoopy fucking John Deere tractor thing. What the fuck are they called? They have the big old scooper and they scoop shit. Like, it depends on the type of force you apply, but you can regulate it. And it's all, I'm also thinking of those big old Gojira bots that Toyota use. Like, you can gear them, because if you're grabbing like the shell, you know, the mold of a vehicle right after it got pressed, it's still hot, and you want to grab it in a way where it doesn't bend it at all. That's not particularly true, but I mean, I get the idea. Big robot, it's heavy, produces heat, produces pressure. I guess they account for this because of what he said earlier.
the finger strength of Neo is about the same as a human.
That body lets Neo try to do a lot of things
You said as much as a human, like, people can get decently high grip strength, and how much grip strength does it take to crush a fucking windpipe? You'll be surprised, right?
Humans do. Emphasis on try.
Can I get a water?
If only the real world didn't have doors. All in.
Yeah, and again, what if you have a different design of refrigerator, right? What if it's the ones that roll out? And what if you have so much other shit and you gotta move it aside, then grab the fact that there has to be a human being on I gotta ask the question. I gotta ask it. If you're having sexual intercourse with the robot, and it looks like a 7-foot goth waifu, but on the other side of it is some dude from India. Is it gay? Wait, I guess. What if you don't fucking know? I gotta think. I got theory craft.
It took Neo a little over a minute to fetch a water from the fridge 10 feet away.
Thank you, Neo.
Next challenge. Load 3 items in the dishwasher.
You got this, Neo. You got it.
Yeah. Even with the human oversight, I see this being. Then there's a guy back there. I don't know. For it to even be half as useful as just a human being, it has to have at least half the capabilities of a human being. You know? Oh my god. Yeah, and at the end of the day, you need efficiency. It shouldn't be taking this long to grab this. But hey, I guess it's
And
possible.
that took 5 minutes. The Neo I saw isn't the one shipping in 2026. The new model will be safer and have better hand dexterity. The one I saw still needed to take breaks to charge and cool down. The challenge isn't just Neo's body, it's also its brain. The body has to perform tasks safely, but the brain needs to know how to do them on its own, without human help. But right now, everything I saw Neo do was guided by a skilled pilot.
Teleoperation is essentially when there is a human in the loop.
And who is the voice I'm hearing right now of Neo?
I am a remote operator in a different room in the building.
And what's your name?
Turing.
What's your real name?
My real name is Turing.
Like that's your name on your birth certificate?
Yes, it is, believe it or not.
Alan Turing was, of course, the famous computer science and artificial intelligence pioneer. But this Turing, with a VR headset and controllers, was the one actually operating Neo.
Sounds like someone from Europe or something. But yeah, I mean, all I can say is if that thing connects to the internet, I'm putting a fucking bullet in its head. How many more companies need to reap your data? I get it. People don't care anymore because it just sort of happened under the guise of other things going on, and people just sort of accept it, right? But do I want some stranger to be possibly looking at me through the eyes of my 7-foot goth waifu while I'm walking around my house half naked? Or amongst other things. I don't think I would be comfortable with that. You know, and this isn't even getting into the whole Terminator timeline that obviously people are thinking of. That's the first thing people think. we have so many movies telling us why this is a bad idea. But okay, that was sci-fi back in the early 2000s. Like, we wouldn't even think of something like this. But here we are in 2025. I can't get over his fucking face, though.
Was the one actually operating Neo. That is, until he handed me the controllers.
I actually might throw up. I think my hand is.
I mean, yeah,
I have no idea where I'm
especially
facing.
a VR.
This is me doing the Macarena.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, we're fine.
And Neo had to.
Yeah, that looked like a lot of force that could knock someone the fuck out. Like, that looked like a lot, like to fucking obliterate someone.
See you, Neo.
Why does Neo need to be operated like this in the first place? Because its brain, aka an AI neural network, needs to learn from more real-world experience. The videos of the robot doing things via teleoperation become the training data to make the AI model smarter.
Yeah,
That's
that
why
makes
1X is
sense.
putting Neo in the homes of early adopters.
So, again, using other people to train their product for 20 grand. 20 grand is like, that's less than a car. Well, granted, it's a pre-order. You don't even receive this shit yet. You're effectively an investor.
I think it's quite important for me to just say that in 2026, if you buy this product, it is because you're okay with that social contract. If we don't have your data, we can't make the product better. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I'm so glad, because many other companies will try to pull the wool over your eyes, reap off your, ignorance of the situation, but he's just straight up saying it. Yeah, we need your data to make the product better. If you don't want to do it, that's fine, but if you choose to do it, hey, you signed the fine print. I mean, I am so glad here's someone that's just straight up saying it, as opposed to just, effectively lying by omission. And half these companies that take your data, it doesn't make the product better. It just tells them, oh, how much can we get away with, and people are fine with
what
it.
I call like big brother, big sister principle, right? Big sister helps you. Big brother is just there to kind of monitor you. And we are very much the big sister. Depending on how much you want to trade, we can be more useful. And you decide where on that scale you want to be.
Do you right now know what things
Or if I just want to bang the bot. I mean, I don't even know if they'll even ask this, because this is supposed to be, educational. But hey, I'm just saying the quiet parts out loud, right? What people are actually thinking about.
Neo in 2026 will do autonomously versus what it will do teleoperated?
No, that's
So when you
fair.
get your Neo in 2026, it will do most of the things in your home autonomously. The quality of that work will vary and will improve drastically quite fast as we get data.
To be clear, on my visit, I didn't see Neo do anything autonomously. The company did share this video of Neo.
Not a single thing. Like, you'd think they'd have at least the base ground. Like, okay, I guess it can move, but it's kind of moving based off her movement. Like, this right here is already something. Let's not, treat this like it's dumb or it's stupid. Like, the fact that it could stand up and do these things, even if, it's being guided by someone in the other room. Like, that is a feat of itself.
Autonomously opening the door.
There's this new trending concept now called AI slop, right?
I do know.
Yeah, it's when you use AI as a market placement for actual talent, actual artists, actual people. Like, AI's fine if it's just used as a tool or just to make fun things. But the market will shit on it rather it's a market replacement or not. Like, I'm just giving my own personal opinion, but again, the idea of AI slop is using it as a market replacement. That's the problem.
It's a very powerful concept of let's call it robotics slop. It's the most useful kind of slop. Because if you put all of my glasses from my dishwasher in my cabinet, I'm pretty happy. It is going to be not perfect, but back to like just incredibly useful.
Neo might not fold my shirt perfectly, but if an arm is like kind of hanging out of the shirt, like it's okay, it's robotic.
Brother, if I was to fold that, my mom would beat the fuck out of me, like think I'm like retarded or something. But that's terrible.
Slop. It's
to me at least, like that's very okay.
Honestly, it isn't bad. Thank you.
But the reality is, at least at first, much of Neo's work will be done by someone else. There'll be an app where you can...
This dude's probably sweating bullets, because here's their attempt to actually show the product, and they're trying to sell it to people, right? Sell the idea for investments, and maybe in the future to actual people. He's probably sweating bullets right now. He's like, oh God, I gotta do my best.
Schedule teleoperation, specifying exactly what and when you want Neo to do things in your house.
So we want to, of course, make sure that we respect privacy as much as possible, and that it's always on your terms. You are always in control. Some examples of this.
But how do we know? You can say it, but say if like the unit gets broken, like destroyed or broken for whatever reason, or if it causes harm or messes something up for whatever reason, how do you know someone's not going to start peering through it?
Is the teleoperator does not see you, right? We can blur people. Teleoperator also cannot go into specific parts of your home where you set no-go zones. So that's enforced on the software level. So even if the teleoperator tried, they cannot get the robot to go into those homes.
Yeah, but then, then you need the data on people's fucking house, which, makes sense. Whatever. But... I mean, I guess if you pay, you're fine with that. I don't know. There's a lot of loopholes I can see. And again, he's telling you this, right? Looking at you in the eyes and telling you this. How do we know?
And also the teleoperator can never connect to a robot unless you approve it.
Other companies, like Figure and Tesla, are also racing to build humanoid robots and develop their own AI models to make them fully autonomous.
Yeah,
As someone who's always dreamed of the home robot straight out of the Jetsons.
Let's go home, Rosie. Yes, Nan.
The dream finally feels within reach, but I also couldn't shake flashes of Ex Machina.
Oh my God.
Do you have a name?
Ava.
Or like the fucking Detroit become human type shit.
Turns on the stove and throws some paper on and walks away. Can Neo do that? Will Neo do that?
Neo will not do that. Physically, can the robot do that? Yes.
So, if it can do that, and what's to stop this thing from just being hacked? Right? What is the security? Like someone could hack it, and now they have maybe private information, or can do harm.
Basically, can a lot of products in your home do something dangerous if they decided to? Yes. We will ensure that.
No. I mean, in the case of human error, probably. Like if I hit the fucking gas pipe, or hit a water pipe and it goes over like an electrical thing. But, I mean, I'm trying to think of what can something do outside of some human error or force of nature that can just be done on its own. Nothing in my house, right? Or like some level of corrosion. Okay, maybe people have smart fridges or smart this, smart that, smart whatever, and then when Google goes down, you're locked out of it, or whatever the service is goes down and you're locked the fuck out of it. But Like, I'm not buying that argument, but again, talking outside of human error, outside of forces of nature, or if, say, whatever corrosion failure or whatever in, like, your fan is just falling down. I mean, it can't do that on its own volition. It's a maintenance thing, right?
That is not something that Neo is allowed to do. There are multiple layers of safety systems here that ensures that Neo cannot do something like this.
Neo decides to take a very heavy piece of wood, like the top of a table, and drop it on me when I'm sleeping.
Neo will not be able to, or allowed to, it's physically capable of, but it will not be allowed to pick up something that is that heavy. So it's like things that Neo cannot do is like pick up something that is very hot, pick up something that's very heavy, pick up something that's very sharp.
Nice job, Neo.
Yeah, but what if he grabs the handle of a teapot that's very hot because you're making tea? The handle itself isn't hot, but under it is very hot. Or like a sharp thing, like a knife. Like the hilt of a knife isn't sharp, but the sharp end of the knife is. And the entire reason you have the knife is sharp. What then? And what if it itself causes harm to you? Like it falls over and fucking headbutts you in your sleep. What about that? I mean, what if my robotic goth waifu sits on me and I can't move and it crushes my ribs? I mean, there's worse ways to go, but goddamn. What if that happens?
Oh, high five. Nice. Oh, I'm over here.
No, that
Spending the day with Neo
was
was
a
a
you thing. Nah, I seen you. You need to track his hand, not the other way around. If you're wanting to initiate the high five, you gotta be with the person.
Like spending the day with a toddler learning how to do things in the
Like,
world.
you're not a fucking robot woman.
Come on. You got more than... Oh, I'm going to break the robot.
The next few years isn't about owning a super useful robot. It's about raising one. Letting it learn from your
So like a
home,
baby.
routines, and chores. All at the expense of the privacy of your inner sanctum. Even if you think this is all crazy, what Neo really signals is the beginning of physical AI in our lives and homes. A future where we may work alongside a new kind of machine.
I cringe. But, nah.
What I really hope we can achieve is in 5 years, everyone has a very high quality of life. Everyone.
So you're paying $20 for a fucking beta test? $20,000 to effectively beta test a product as it saps your data. Like, shouldn't the company be paying you for that? Why do you gotta pay them to take your data? This is an argument I've had, but no one wants to actually have the discussion because everyone just accepted it. Like, regardless of how big or small your digital footprint is, right, which is your data, the digital gold, right, the good old crypto gold, if a company wants that, shouldn't you be compensated for it? Like, I feel like, and then what ends up happening is they take your data, you don't know that because it's some update that says it does it, and like the buried within terms of service that no one reads, and they know nobody reads it. The terms of service is made in a way for you not to read it. It uses a bunch of legal jargon and shit that you don't really understand unless you take it to, a lawyer, or an attorney. And you're kind of having to... It throws it at you immediately, and if you say no, you just lose the product. Which, I'm sorry, like, that person's under duress. Like, you're taking away a paid product from that individual unless they sign your terms of service. Like, that person's under duress, and that contract's null and void, at least for me. So... I forgot where I was going with this. Like, if you're going to take someone's data, shouldn't you be the one paying them? I don't know. Again, it's an argument that I guess I just accepted I've lost this argument.
Has a feeling of independence, irregardless of their age or any kind of disability.
Yeah,
I do hope we
fair.
can give people more of their agency back, and people can focus on what they actually want to do.
No, like this. 6'7", 6'7".
Fucking cringe, bro. But anyway, let's see what the comments are saying. They simultaneously launched a new game where you can get to do chores in a stranger's house. Yeah? Yeah? Like, well, that'd be an interesting horror game, only you're the robot and the people you're doing the chores for. Okay, I'm thinking of game ideas. I can't do that here. It's a self-driving car stage where the self part is just a guy in Bangalore with a joystick, yeah? So basically you're paying to have a slow drunk wander around your house. Well, hey, if it's the robotic goth waifu slow drunk, bro, I'd pay for that. For 20 grand. I mean, to be fair, that's what they said for pre-orders. Say any more? So it's a 20 grand pre-order. Whatever. Imagine a Black Mirror episode where the company didn't disclose that a human operator was pulling the strings, and those operators were all actually prisoners in some Amazon-style warehouse. Bro, and that's my thing, right? If it's just gonna be some fucking dude from India that's watching it, like, why not just kidnap the Indian dude, slap him in my fucking house, and then have him do it there? Like, what is this degrees of separation where it's like, oh, he's still there, but he's not? Revolutionary idea. Let the guy control the bot, come do the chores. Exactly. Let's just let him do the chores himself. We can call it, yes, bro, we can call it housekeeping IRL. At least then, like, if you're paying a maid, right, you know, paying the middle-aged woman, at least you're doing a service for your community. Like, you're giving money to the woman who needs to pay and, you know, feed herself and her kids, putting food on her table to do a service. Like, I think that's a little, okay, maybe it's a stranger and it's one of those sort of ideas. But I mean, come on. Oh, your house looks terrible. Thanks, I bought a $20,000 robot that does all my chores poorly. I mean, even if it helps out a little bit, like he said, that's fine. Let me use your home and have people watch. Let me farm your data. Make the better model, sells that model, charges you for the model monthly since your robot can't process all the data on its own. Facts. I'm a very big fan of Big Brother and Big Sister. Very weird things are coming. Bots. Like, what the fuck? People usually with this type of shit are bots. I'm surprised he used that, you know, thing. Like, Big Brother is one type of toxic interaction, but you can have Big Sister also be a toxic interaction, where one just watches, the other tries to guide and manipulate you. I mean, come on now. I'm surprised he used that comparison. Like, he considered one to be bad and the other to be good. Now, both of these are bad, can be bad interactions. So I'm paying a random guy from India to do tasks 10 times slower and 100 times the cost, all while creeping on me. Yes. The guy in India being my servant remotely, only moving as fast as 82-year-old man. Groundbreaking. This is what I'm trying to say. And again, to be fair, he did say with the test run, the trial run, like the part where when she said he can pick up something heavy and try to kill me, and CEO answer was, oh, he isn't allowed to pick up heavy objects. Not he isn't allowed to kill you. Best answer, yeah, see, and that's what I said. What if the robot itself, like, you seen that robot sling that fucking arm up? Nah, that's enough to fucking do some damage. The dishwasher loading sequence is the funniest thing I've seen all week. When someone hacks into your... when someone hacks into your Neo robot to loot your house while you sleep. Best 20k I've ever spent. Yeah, you're losing a hell of a lot more than that 20k, bro. Neo's gotta use your foot to close the dishwasher. Amateur hour. Gotta use your foot. I don't even think it's that. It's not that advanced. Right now it's mainly just its hands. But if he uses his feet, it's probably done. Everyone chill until the headlights turn red. So if we're training the robot, why don't they pay us? This is what I've been fucking saying. Right? AI, actual Indian facts. Remote protection to make sure Neo can't harm you. I feel so much better. Yeah, he's just looking you in the eyes and telling you, we have protections. It's like, oh, thanks, man. It's not a robot, it's just someone's VR game. Yeah. So really, dad was pay 20 grand to get the remote control robot for someone in the house. That should depend on the robot's connectivity, so the robot can record everything and use the data to train the AI. Then when the robot will have enough data, they will launch the 1.0 model at 50 grand? It's literally just a car. Like, slaves were worth more than 50 grand. Again, if we're adjusting for inflation, actual slavery was more costly than having this fucking thing. An earlier model will become immediately obsolete. Yeah. So, you're paying 20 grand for something that's probably going to be switched out for the 50 grand thing. Huh. My kids can grab my beer in 10 seconds tops. Yeah, dude, just have kids. The best fucking AIs around. You'd have them do whatever the fuck you want. To be fair, you can't load the spoon in the dishwasher because there is no spoon. Cool. But can you spoon him? And I just seen them put like, what, 3 things in that dishwasher? Like, I want to see it do all the chores, not just, you know, I guess snip it up. But anyway, look, I'm all for my goth robotic 7-foot waifu. Give it her to me now. And if it's some Indian dude, don't tell me. But anyway, that's all I gotta say. Peace.